Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your mid-month reading for this video. I'm going to be using a Celtic cross, and I'm also going to be using a different deck this mid-month, just giving you a heads up. This is a deck that I've been reserving for a very long time now, actually. I wasn't intending on using this publicly for another 2 years as I slowly start to learn the cards, but for this full moon reading, this is also a full moon reading, I'm being drawn to use it. So, is the Thoth deck. One that's honestly was the first deck that I've ever been drawn to. I was very keen on purchasing this deck, and why not use it now? Why wait 2 years? Okay. Very warm, Sagittarius. I was getting heat waves as I was meditating. Very strong, intense heat waves. Now the center of your reading here is the Seven of Pentacles. That tells me that you are worried about something. Money, career. This is a recurring theme. We are still continuing the theme from the very beginning of the month. One reason why I'm not so keen on doing readings at such a short time period, not allowing enough time to pass, is because there is not enough time for the energies to accumulate for there to be any real difference in what I see. Wow, ironically, you're getting the exact same card as Libra did. So I'll explain that as well, okay? There is a transference of energy that happens from one reading to the next. That's also why I choose to do readings when I feel like it is the right time to do your reading, then that's when I'll do it. Okay, in your case, I just recorded Libra's reading. I just recorded it, literally before this one. But I'm still feeling like it is the right time to do yours, which is why I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with it. And it doesn't matter if there are cards that overlap from Libra's reading to this reading. Who knows? Maybe there's a significance to that happening. Maybe there's a reason why you will see. Okay, again, I'm not supposed to read reversals in this deck. However, it's funny that Libra also got this Four of Swords in the reverse and in the exact same location in the Celtic cross reading, which is the foundation of your reading here. The Four of Swords in the reverse. However, I will not interpret the reversal of this. This is merely you contemplating, thinking, spending time in your head, perhaps to avoid the central issue here, which is the Seven of Pentacles. Evaluating your money, your finances, how much work you've done, and whether or not you really see there being a benefit to all the work that you've been putting in, all the work that you've been putting in previous months. This is now being highlighted. It was a central theme in your whole monthly reading. It's one that is also pushing for us to pay more attention to now in this mid-month reading. It is being crossed by the Lover's card, the sign of Gemini. That tells me as well, also continuing on from last month's reading. Sorry, again, pause there, abrupt pause there, because I want to see if the same cards from your main reading will pop up in this mid-month reading here. So I'm comparing it to a small, I'm comparing it to this, what are they called? Never mind. It's really, really warm. What is it about this reading that is making me feel as warm as I am now? I don't know. Being crossed by this Lover cards here tells me that you could potentially be thinking through how it is best to address your trouble to your partner, to people that you are involved with right now on a romantic level. Because I got the impression anyway from your monthly reading that some of you have been hiding your concerns to your partner. And this is coming up now as a challenge. It's coming up now as a challenge to tell you that you can't continue to hide. That if you are working on a partnership, then all your struggles are shared. That you would be doing the responsible thing by reaching out to them. And I don't see why you have a reason to be afraid to do this. In your mental card is the star card. You will be assisted at this time to deliver the news that you need to in a tactful manner, because you've already spent an ideal amount of time thinking through the right words to communicate. You've spent enough time justifying everything that's been happening to you in the workplace that you don't have to worry so much anymore about revealing what's actually been happening to your partner. In the past position here is this Eight of Cups. This idea of walking away that's been halted, that's been postponed and procrastinated. You've been procrastinating for a very long time to actually walk away from this situation that's causing you to feel like you don't have what it takes. You're letting go of that idea now. It's been put behind us. And it's being replaced by this more optimistic view that Aquarius embraces as the star sign. It's feeding you courage to move on. Whew. And yet, there is quite a strong collision in the cards here between the star card and the moon. The moon is what's coming up for you next. The moon is, I don't want to say it's something to look forward to, but the moon is going to apply much needed pressure onto you, Sagittarius. And it's going to urge you to honestly stop allowing your insecurities to have such a strong hold. In your main mid-month reading, you had the Tower card come up, and it came up in the reverse. And this was telling me at the time that you were not letting things evolve naturally and organically. That again, there was this idea of wanting to let go of a situation that you were incapable of. Instead of the Tower popping up, we have the Eight of Cups pop up here in the past position. To me, it is representing the same thing. And you continue to restrict yourself from moving forwards due to your fears and insecurities that are being represented here by this moon card. Your environment tells me that you're not so sure, how to really use your emotions to your advantage, to your in order to eradicate the power that these insecurities have on you. I understand you're trying to make the most out of life. You always do, Sagittarius. You literally fill up the room with your positive energy, with your vibrance. And you usually encourage us, all of us, to be happier people. So there is this duality here of trying to feed yourself with more positivity, really making use of the star, but at the same time fighting the opposition that you're gaining from a lot of fear that's coming your way. Fear of the unknown, fear of what tomorrow holds. But the objective of using this full moon is help you purge and let go of all of these fears that you need to realize stem from a place in history that is not going to be repeating itself if you don't want it to repeat. The Princess of Cups is aligning with the moon to remind you that your thoughts and the way that you want to manifest your future, which you do so well, which you do better than most signs, Sagittarius, is there. So if you think it, you believe it. And by believing it, you make it happen. You will then allow this gain that you want to come into your life. This prosperous wealth, so much wealth. There is this potential that you are hoping on. And by hoping and praying on it, by allowing it to fill you up, you can see success come out of this loss. Because there is loss here. This loss is the disappointment that you're walking away from. this failure that you feel you are for some reason, which you are not. Again, there are a lot of conflicting emotions here. There's hot, there's cold, touch and go, and you're fighting it, fighting yourself. I understand here, okay, you're fighting yourself. Yeah, you are. I understand if it is difficult to see how you can become the independent, wealthy, successful person that you wish to see, that your partner wishes to see as well. But realize that if you tarnish yourself with remnants of the past, remnants of this emotional dedication that you once had to your work, your hobby, your projects, that you no longer see being a part of your present in a fulfilling manner, then you need to put this behind you fully. If you bring this into your future, that is how this moon card gains its strength. But I also do understand that we tend to hold on to the past because it's what we are most familiar with. That is how we know that tomorrow is not going to be as spooky, because we already know what to expect. You're trying to walk away from this because right now, in the present moment, you're not feeling that great. There's a reason to hide from the way that you're feeling. There's a reason why you are hiding this from your partner. You don't want them to perceive you the way that you are perceiving yourself right now. You are quite good, honestly, Sagittarius, at making people believe whatever you want them to believe. But right now, you're not so convinced that you're the best example of how a person should be. That's funny. Because if you can't convince yourself, then you can't manifest. And manifestation is your power. You're literally the magician. You can really make people see things the way that you want them to see things. But only if you are able to convince yourself, okay, that you're worthy of that power. There's so much confusion here. There is so much confusion between believing yourself and then holding yourself back, letting go, and actually building something new, that I can't get an outcome card. As a result of that, this deck is famous for doing this. You're getting 2 outcome cards. 2 outcome cards. You have a choice to make. You want victory? Or do you want to play it safe? The way that this Prince of Discs, the Knight of Pentacles, in other words, plays it safe by moving very slowly. This is not typically Sagittarius. This is you. This fire energy resembles you a lot more than this Prince of Discs does. Even though victory really talks more about Leo, here we are being presented with an option. You can either be more like yourself, the person who knows that they can succeed, knows that they can move forward, knows that they can build the future that they want for themselves. You usually don't have a single shred of doubt. You can do this. But I understand if the energies around you right now are kind of preventing this. After this full moon, things should start to become a lot clearer for you. Or you can decide to play it safe, retreat into that space that you know so well that's actually causing you to feel insecure, okay? Feel insecure. You're thinking to yourself, maybe there's a way I can alter this and make it better. But deep down, you just know that it's not helping anymore. That if you continue doing the same things, you're not going to reach this 9 of Pentacles. You're not going to be able to reach this independence the way that you want to. That requires a leap of faith. So what will it be? Saggies, what will it be? Okay. That is your mid-month reading, you guys. I look forward to bringing you your next month's reading quite soon. In the meanwhile, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do subscribe. I am seriously thankful for all of your support, your likes, your shares, and for all your comments. Have a look at your full month, your actual main month's reading in the link below. if you haven't done that yet. And yeah, all right, you guys. So take very good care of yourselves.